and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Panthers and the Bears coming up next.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. And they run the option on second down. A beautiful fake. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 7 catches, 101 yards.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Read option, here's Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Fields now to throw. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 24 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Draw play, Darnold giving to McCaffrey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Mario Edwards flies in to blow that play up.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Second and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold, and his throw is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He's going to air one out. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a good call there. That brings up fourth. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Throwing on third down, Fields. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. That is taken in by Hurst. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Eddie Goldman with a sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage. But right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward. And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Darnold. And that'll be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. And his kick is indeed good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Off the option, here's Montgomery. Jeremy Chin there defensively. Well, this defense for the Panthers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Montgomery. The corner, Stephon Gilmore on the stop. 2nd and 7. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. This defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. After 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. A give. This is Montgomery. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. From the 50, here's Fields. Throw caught there by Osborne. And they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. That took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
To throw again on 2nd down, Darnold. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He takes this for 3 to the 29. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Darnold. He finds his man, complete. That's Richards. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Darnold on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the 2nd quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. 3rd and long. It's Fields. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Osborne. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think, though, he's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Chicago offense set to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw pulled in by Robinson here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And that will come the offense as they take over. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Darnold. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. They shakes him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return, and the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
2nd down at 4. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Fields on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Powell. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Fields throwing again. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Let's go, baby.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Fields. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Brian Burns. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the...
Due to time constraints, the Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Here's Smith to return it. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Sam Darnold and the Carolina offense set to take over here. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. On 2nd and 9, Darnold. He's going to look deep for more. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And that is incomplete. There's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
On play action, Fields. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Montgomery. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it,
and the Bears will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Now it's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Brian Burns able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields.
Powell on the catch. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to kick it away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. So here are the Panthers set to take over. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now. Out in front here, they've got it 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. Oh, he shifts past him. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Darnold on 1st down. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34.
Pay attention, pay attention.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off but a nice game there for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold, and his throw is incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. McCaffrey.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on it before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And his kick is right there. It's good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense ready to get going again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And this will be a Bears first down as he gets this up past the 30. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fields going to keep it once more. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. On the ground, it's Montgomery, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A play fake. Now Fields to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then it curls back inside for the completion.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Read option. Here's Montgomery. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, it's Fields. Open is Powell. That's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
13 yards on the play. That's another first down.
First down. Here's the run with Montgomery. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Fields on 3rd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Cole Kmet, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Panthers coming out now. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On first down, it's Darnold. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Meanwhile, Darnold's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Here's Darnold. By the tight end, Hurst. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays.
This pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Off the option, here's Montgomery.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So that one will be accepted.
Fields now to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
From the gun, here's Fields. Complete to Mooney on the slam.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back to throw, Fields.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
A read option, here's Montgomery.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Off the option, here's Montgomery.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
To throw is Fields.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Santos' kick is up and through, and they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
Carolina getting set to take the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back. unsuccessfully.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Darnold. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Azeez Ojulari. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you had extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket, and he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Fields. And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
That's good for only a couple. Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richards.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Here's Darnold. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now it's Darnold. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Darnold now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. Likely the play of the game here. Trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive spans 13 plays, and the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. From the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Well, the Bears offense out there set and ready to go. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
And he will get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4. 2nd down and 7.
Back to throw.
Pass complete to Robinson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And one last throw here for Fields.
He's going to let it fly. And did he catch it? He did. A touchdown. One of the most improbable finishes in recent history. They've won it on the final throw. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this in the playoffs, this was that type of a game.
So for the Bears, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.